We also don't know who that first guy was in like the suit and tie that had him flip the piece of paper over. I'm forgetting the name of the game. Oh my God, please don't, please don't crucify me. Ooh, it's a kind of a good thing YouTube removed the dislike bar because I feel like I might get a little bit of hate for this video, but please stick with me. I do love Squid Game. I promise you I love that show. Squid Game, one of the best TV shows to come out in the last 20 years, maybe. Absolutely incredible. It blew up. I could not believe. I watched Squid Game about a week before it was cool, all right? Just saying. I mean, not that it's a competition. Before it was all over the news, I was telling people to check it out. That aside, I could not believe the show blew up the way that it did. It's a great show. It's an incredible show. It's amazing, well written, well acted. Everything about it is pretty damn impressive. But it's not in English. And I gotta be honest, I don't care. I mean, I love international stuff, but I just thought because of the language barrier that people wouldn't check it out. And so when it went super viral and it was like Netflix's most popular show of all time and the cast is on the Tonight Show and like it was crazy to watch. Like I felt like I was watching a friend of mine just become a celebrity overnight because the show came out and it was kind of quiet and then like a week later it was everywhere. Squid Game, everything, Halloween costumes, spent like, oh my God, it was insane. And then the news came that it got renewed for a second season, which at Netflix is an accomplishment because they cancel everything. Okay, just because your show is good doesn't mean you're coming back. But Squid Game was written in a way where when the first season ended, it felt like there was certainly some intrigue there for a second season. And that's how I felt. As soon as the first season was over, I wanted more Squid Game. Immediately, you start thinking about all the other kids' games they could play on the show, and you want to see how they have put their sick, twisted, like, death game persona onto those other kids' games. I mean, Mr. Beast did musical chairs. That was pretty cool. Nobody died, thank goodness, but it was pretty cool to see some other games in there. The more I thought about the potential of a second season of Squid Game, the more I began to think, I don't know if this show needs a second season. Spoilers here. I don't know why you'd watch this video in the first place, but major spoilers ahead. When the first season ends, we have reason to believe that the main character is going to go back and try to end the Squid Games. There are some characters that are still alive, brother of the front man, and it seems like they can work together to end the Squid Game. We also don't know who that first guy was in like the suit and tie that had him flip the piece of paper over. I'm forgetting the name of the game. Oh my God, please don't crucify me. There's still a lot of questions that were not answered, but a lot of them were. However, the reason I'm apprehensive about a second season of Squid Game is that one of the best parts about the show was the character relationships. That cast had so much chemistry all the way across the board. The old man, Ali, main character, the girl. I don't remember anyone's names in TV shows in case that's obvious, in case that's not obvious. But all of the actors were incredible and they appeared on all, the shows together and all that. And it was great. Every single person on that show did an incredible job. Unfortunately, all of them, except the main actor and the frontman's brother, they're all dead. All the people that made the show so good are dead. And I think that's what has me a little bit nervous about a second season of the show. It's not that there isn't plenty there to dive into for a second season, but that main cast was part of what made the show so special. The other thing is that a show like Squid Game, and this is the way the season was structured, each game had to get more deadly. The stakes had to get higher and higher until there's a grand finale. And a lot of us were already going off thinking about, they could do this game, oh my God, what if they did this? This would look insane. Well, that's part of the problem, is that a show like Squid Game is sort of built on needing to one-up itself every time something is going to happen. So season 2 of a show like Squid Game, we can't have, I guess, a Hunger Games situation, right? Where the second movie is literally the first movie again. And the second, look, Catching Fire, side note, that's a great film. Catching Fire is legitimately a great film. But do we want a second season of Squid Game that's just the first season again with different people? I mean, they hinted at the fact that they've done the Squid Games in other countries. Is that what we want? Or do we want a season with the main character back, but, you know, would it just be him competing in the games again? Because if that's the case, we know he's not going to die because he's the main character. He survived the first season, so if that wasn't evidence enough that he's going to survive for a while, feels like the show's in a weird spot. I have no doubt that they are capable of coming up with ideas for a second season, but the first season of Squid Game, in my opinion, could have existed as a limited series, because I feel like fans of that show will have a completely different idea of what they would do in a second season and may not be as forgiving on whatever the creators decide to do. That show, part of it kind of feels like a unicorn. There are plenty of incredible international TV shows and movies. Alice in Borderland has an incredibly dedicated fan base. That's a great show. I just started Hellbound on Netflix. That's another great show. Neither of those, despite how good they are, broke through the way Squid Game did. I don't entirely know why that's the case. It seems like a right place, right time sort of situation. I'm a little bit worried about a second season because I don't know if the show needs a second season. I don't know if it's going to fall into the trap of always needing to one-up itself if it does go back to more games. Do they have to get crazier? Are they going to do the same ones again? And this is all speculation, all right? Second season's coming. They're working on it. We'll see what they come up with. But does the show need a second season? Probably not.